Hello, everyone. My name is Mr. Big T Anderson, and this is So Pure. Okay, drink. You know, it's a reading when I can't say anything in the first 10 seconds. So pure, so flirtatious. There we go. It's like he can speak English. Dear Lord. Anyway, the author is Fishman 2. Now, we actually did another book from this author. And you may go, Mr. Big, what are you talking about? And I go, well, thank you for using the first half of my name. Usually people just say, hey, you with the face. But this is according to the Gravity Tales website, so this is I'm going to take their word on this. Beauty and the Bodyguard, which we've done before, this is the same author. So if I didn't say the author then because I couldn't, well, the author is Fishman 2. It's translated by Marcy and edited by Weirdo there. That would be Beauty and the Bodyguard, in case I didn't go over that. But for this one, So Pure, So Flirtatious, translator is Vince Starr, editor is Miko. And this one, well, if you notice some of these, they're a little bit more machismo. Things are going on there, or sometimes they'll be a little bit gritty. This may not be. I don't know. I'm like, this is interesting. You look at it and you go, this is different. You just look at the cover and go, this is a different one here. But different sometimes can be good. So let's jump right in, shall we? This, So Pure, So Flirtatious. Yang Ming, why are you acting so sneakily? At the moment, Yang Ming had just thrown his bag onto the seat, preparing to sneak out for a game of billiards. However, before he even reached the classroom's door, a sweet yet icy voice shouted from right behind him. A chill went down his spine as he was shocked by the sudden voice. Ah, isn't this our great steady commissary? Isn't there anything that your humble subject can help you with? He turned around and said with a bright smile, the owner of the sweet voice was the study commissary of Yang Ming's class, Chen Mengyan of grade 12, class 7. Yang Ming could be considered a courageous figure who knew no fear, or even the class's teacher's words would enter in one ear and out the other, and yet he was somehow afraid of this young girl. Actually, he wasn't really afraid of her. The main reason behind it was that he had a crush on her since grade 10. However, he knew very clearly that it was impossible for the two of them, birds of a feather, flock together. The students who she hung around were the top achievers of the school, while he himself would be addressed as an underachiever in more pleasant terms. If one just decided to be blunt, he would be called the hindrance that dragged down the class performance. Even though the two of them didn't really interact much, Yang Ming had always treated Chen gently. If it was someone else who had chastised Yang Ming like that, he would have dragged the person to a corner, dealt with him, using fists and kicks. Yang Ming, not considering your consistently late attendance to class, you only entered class not even a minute ago, and now you're planning to go out again? She said those cold words with a poker face. Steady Commissary Chen, can you please stop accusing me? I've only been late at most 5 days in a week. How could you say that I'm late every single day? Moreover, I have a full bladder right now, and I'm rushing towards the washroom. The excuse immediately came to his mouth, but as soon as he said it, he regretted it. He used the exact same reason to escape from her yesterday, and yet he accidentally used it again today. 5 days. She was stunned for a bit, but immediately she understood what Yang Ming meant. This brat really gets on people's nerves. Full bladder? Why do you always have a full bladder in the morning? Apparently it wasn't that easy to trick her, and immediately she exposed the lie and said, "Yesterday morning you had a full bladder too. Your metabolism is really high. You disappeared for a whole day after you stepped out. I even thought that you fell into the toilet." Yeah. Yeah, we can discuss yesterday's issues later on, but now let me deal with my physiological problem. Even Yang Ming himself didn't know why he took the effort to explain so many things to her. However, he had promised Li Dagang from Class 8 to go play billiards together this morning, and therefore wanted to sneak away quickly. Otherwise, it would not be an easy task once the class teacher arrived. You stand still. Even though Chen didn't really like sloppy students like Yang as the study commissary of the class, she considered this as part of her responsibilities. Yang, we are already in grade 12. The National Higher Education entrance exam is only half a year away from now. If you continue wasting your time like this, how are you going to enter a university? Even a pig can enter university. What makes you think I can't? Yang Ming said it with a bitter face, and asking him to strive high to enter? One might as well ask him to take down the moon from the sky. As of now, he can only understand a few things during the Mandarin language classes. Other than that, the other classes like physics or chemistry were alien languages. Who are you calling a pig? Her face darkened as she said solemnly, I didn't say you were a pig. He understood how his own words may have been a bit ambiguous. She would definitely be able to enter a university, yet he was saying that even a pig could enter the university. Sure enough. His words would have triggered her unhappiness. Immediately he said with a smile, "Well, you know, my language literacy isn't that good, and my essays are filled with broken grammar. They are almost like words written in alien languages." After Chen listened to Yang Ming's explanation, her face brightened. She knew of Yang's capabilities. Most importantly, she understood that even though he disliked studying, always skipping classes, smoking, fighting, and although he would joke around casually, he was kind-hearted and did not insult others without reason. Yang Ming, I know you are trying to skip class. You do not have to create millions and millions of weird reasons to lie to me. Do you really think I have an IQ of 0? Today your grandfather just entered the hospital. Tomorrow your grandfather just passed away. Next day you're going to say the grandfather's funeral. The next day after that you're celebrating a birthday with the grandfather. Did you watch too much of The Ghost Blows Out the Light, or was it your grandfather traveled through time to come back to you? She wasn't giving any face this time, as she was preparing to really discipline him well. Chen, you also know what kind of person I am. Right now, I don't even know grade 10's course material. You want me to study? What can I actually learn? Yang was going to convince her to give up completely, through emotion and reasoning. However, he did enjoy she had a pretty face and a nice body. He did have to think that to himself. You shouldn't give up on that, though. There's still 3 months until the college's entrance exam. It's not long, but neither is it a short amount of time. As long as you put in the hard work, I believe it's possible for you to have some results, at least to enter an ordinary degree course, Chen continued to say after a few thoughts. Haven't you heard of the saying, with discipline and will, even the metal rod can be milled into a needle? A metal rod can be milled into a needle, but a wooden rod can only be milled into a toothpick. No matter how hard you work, it's useless. The material is mismatched. Yang Ming said as he smirked. You... This Yang Ming, even though he was stupid, he's smart at coming up with fallacies. Mengyan, why are you wasting your words on him? Let him do whatever he wants to do. If you have him in class, all he'll do is disrupt it. The moment the class monitor Wang Jitao walked in, he gave Yang Ming a scornful look and spoke to Chen. Chen frowned when she heard him. She didn't really like Wang's superior attitude. Ah, Wang's right. If I stay in class, I would influence the other students. Even though Yang was not satisfied with how Wang looked down on him, the more important thing was to escape. After he finished speaking, he turned and ran out. Yang Ming... Chen stomped her feet while biting her lip before she glared at Wang Jitao and said, "You screwed it up the moment you came. I want to advise him to study properly." Mengyan, you're really naive. Don't you know what kind of person he is? If he could study, he would have. We are a different kind of people. You shouldn't bother too much with this type of bad student. With so many people in class, don't call me Mengyan. Even though she appeared cross, she wasn't really angry. In her heart, she had some good feelings towards him. After all, he was handsome, good grades. He fit the model of many girls' ideal Prince Charming, but she knew that now wasn't the time to be thinking about all those things. Her studies were more important, and after Wang noticed that Chen wasn't really angry at him, he allowed a slight smile. Actually, he was not really against Yang Ming. It was just that he didn't like how Meng Yan argued every day back and forth with the guy. He already had his heart set on Chen to be his wife. It's a little bit more, almost somewhere between Gokusen and Kodocha. So, hopefully if you enjoyed it, tell me what you think. I'm going to have a moment before I get into the next one, but toodaloo for now. Whew.